Every day, we use money without questioning it. We swipe cards, scan QR codes, send digital payments, and watch numbers move on screens. But money did not begin this way. It began as a simple human problem. How do we trade fairly? This is the story of money. From barter to digital currency. Long before coins, banks, or apps, humans lived in small communities where survival depended on cooperation. If you had food and your neighbor had tools, you traded. This system was called barter, the direct exchange of goods and services. On paper, it sounds simple. In reality, it was deeply inefficient. What if the farmer needed shoes, but the shoemaker didn't need grain? Trade only worked when both sides wanted exactly what the other offered. Economists call this the double coincidence of wants, and it severely limited growth. As societies grew larger and more complex, barter could no longer support expanding trade. People needed something universal, something everyone valued. This led to the first form of money, commodity money. Items like salt, cattle, shells, grain, and metals became widely accepted as payment. These goods had intrinsic value, were recognizable, and could be stored. In ancient Rome, soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, giving us the word salary. Money was beginning to evolve from goods into a system. Over time, precious metals emerged as the most effective form of money. Gold and silver were rare, durable, divisible, and universally desired. Civilizations from Mesopotamia to Egypt to China began using metal by weight to settle transactions. Eventually, around 600 BCE, the first coins were minted in Lydia, modern-day Turkey. Coins standardized value. Instead of weighing metal for every trade, people could trust the stamp of an authority. This innovation changed commerce forever. Coins allowed trade to scale. Markets expanded. Long-distance trade flourished. Empires rose. But coins were still heavy, limited, and risky to transport in large quantities. As trade networks stretched across continents, merchants needed a safer solution. The answer came from China. During the Tang and Song dynasties, China introduced the world's first paper money. Merchants deposited coins with trusted institutions and received paper notes in exchange. These notes represented value without carrying physical metal. Paper money was revolutionary, but it required trust in the issuing authority. When governments printed responsibly, economies thrived. When they printed excessively, inflation followed, a lesson repeated throughout history. Paper money slowly spread to the Islamic world and then to Europe through trade routes. Medieval banks, particularly in Italy, refined money further. Instead of just coins or notes, they introduced credit, deposits, and transfers. Money was no longer just an object, it became a promise. A number written in a ledger could represent wealth just as effectively as gold in a vault. This shift marked a turning point. Money became abstract. Banks issued loans, charged interest, and facilitated trade without physical cash moving. Governments began borrowing money through bonds. Nations learned that money could fund wars, infrastructure, and empires. By the 17th and 18th centuries, financial systems had matured. Stock exchanges emerged. Central banks were founded. Money became deeply connected to power. Then came the gold standard. For centuries, currencies were tied directly to gold reserves. This system limited how much money governments could print and provided stability, but also rigidity. During crises, economies struggled because money supply could not adjust easily. In the 20th century, especially after World War II, countries gradually abandoned the gold standard. Money became fiat currency, valuable not because of gold, but because governments declared it legal tender and people trusted it. Fiat money dominates today's world. Dollars, euros, yen, none are backed by physical commodities. They are backed by trust, stability, and belief in institutions. This system allows flexibility, but it also introduces risk. Inflation, debt, and financial crises became defining features of modern economies. As technology advanced, money changed again. Plastic replaced paper. Credit cards and debit cards transformed payments. You no longer needed cash, just access. Banks digitized records. Money became data. With the rise of the internet, online banking and digital payments reshaped daily life. Transactions that once took days now took seconds. Then came a new challenge to traditional money, cryptocurrency. In 2009, Bitcoin was introduced during a global financial crisis. It proposed a radical idea: money without governments or banks. Powered by blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies offered decentralized, transparent, and limited supply systems. Supporters saw freedom. Critics saw volatility and risk. Regardless of opinion, digital currencies forced the world to rethink what money truly is. Today, money exists mostly as numbers on screens. Central banks explore digital currencies. Cash usage declines. QR codes replace wallets. Artificial intelligence manages transactions. The concept of money has moved far beyond physical form. Yet, at its core, money remains what it always was: a tool of trust. From barter to commodities, from coins to paper, from gold to fiat, and now from digital payments to cryptocurrencies, money has continuously evolved to solve human problems. Each transformation reflects society's needs, technologies, and power structures. The history of money teaches us something profound. Money is not static. It adapts. It reflects who controls trust, information, and systems. It can unite economies or destabilize them. It can build civilizations or destroy them. Understanding money's past helps us understand its future. As we stand on the edge of a digital financial era, one question remains: is money becoming more free or more controlled? Will digital currencies empower individuals or strengthen institutions? History suggests one thing is certain: money will continue to change. And just as it has for thousands of years, those who understand money will shape the world. If you enjoyed this journey through the history of money, like, subscribe, and stay with us as we uncover the hidden systems that control wealth, power, and the global economy.